Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Cancer Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of June 19th through the 25th. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for soul illumination. Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lauren, and in this reading, which is meant to be a mini reading, about 10 minutes or less, we're going to be taking a look at the themes that came up in the general collective reading for the week, which is posted on my channel, and then diving into that to see what comes up specifically around those themes for your sign, Cancer. So the themes that came out were opening ourselves up from a place of receptivity to love and support that we possibly have been kind of cutting ourselves off from, as well as really taking a look this week and identifying a burden we've been carrying for a long time that we felt we've had to carry alone ourselves, and then finding a creative strategy to really kind of use the last little bit of that Gemini energy to really look at it from all perspectives to see how can you release this burden and how can we open ourselves up to those around us who want to help us with that. Now, when I talk about a burden, we're going to kind of look to see here first what theme comes up around that burden possibly for you, Cancer. And when I talk about a burden, it doesn't have to be, let's say, a physical burden, meaning that you are carrying the weight of providing financially for your family. That could be something that comes up here, but this could be more where maybe you're carrying an emotional burden, the wounds of a past relationship that are now coming in to kind of haunt you in a new relationship, and you're not kind of willing to open up and talk to the other person, the other half, as you are kind of moving through this identifying, wow, I am carrying this heavy emotional burden. But there is also sometimes where we can carry even a mental burden where and we'll see what comes up for you guys. For you, it looks like it's definitely emotional, Cancer. But mental burden can also be where we're constantly overthinking things, feeling like we have to over-strategize, feeling like we are the ones that have to worry about everything. So really, kind of broaden your scope for yourself as you're looking to identify that burden this week, where that might be coming up for you and not just in the physical plane. So for you, Cancer, we have the sun, which I love the depiction of the sun in this deck. It's a woman sitting in a cup, and she has all of these interesting things around her. There's a fish and a little baby in a little sack and a book and a instrument. So there's something around just illuminating the creativity of the soul. You notice this is the number 1 in this deck, which is really speaking to the eye, but the illumination of the eye. And then we have woman holding a heart with number 44, which to me always speaks to an angelic number, a number of building firm foundations through hard work that will lead to us being able to experience physical abundance. But with these two cards, I really feel that when we are thinking about a burden that we are working through, and I'll pull some additional clarifiers to get a little deeper into this for you, Cancer. But there's something here perhaps where there is an illumination of the self coming through, this identifying of something that really wants to come forward. This kind of looks like the cup, the receptive cup in the collective reading that came forward. And it's almost like you're sitting in that cup of receptivity. You're sitting in that yin energy of, I'm getting kind of empress-like energy coming from the tarot, where you're ready to give birth to something that is going to be very soul supportive, meaning that this is something that is going to come from your soul, that wants to come out and that wants to truly be supported. But there is a feeling here of getting into that place of the emotions, especially with woman holding a heart. This is all about love. And then she's sitting in the cup, which in the tarot represents our emotional state. So it's almost like you're going back to your roots, Cancer, back to what your superpower is as the cardinal water sign. You are here to show everyone in our collective experience how to lead from a place of emotion. Life is very difficult to enjoy when we don't include our emotional self in everything that we choose to take action towards. And there is something here, I think, about kind of recentering yourself, almost grounding yourself in your element, in your emotions, getting strong from that place, not getting overwhelmed, not feeling like you're drowning, but instead kind of going into your emotional state to say, oh my gosh, I forgot about all this creativity, all this magic, all the dreams I want to realize for myself. And I'm going to step into that heart space, and I'm really going to start to build a new foundation that is going to support this reconnection to the I. Now, when we're thinking about a burden that you might have to release, there could be a burden here around having to fully support others, or maybe not feeling like you have the time to nurture those creative aspects of yourself. This could even be where maybe you've have been kind of drowning in your emotions, and now it's time to put down the burden of maybe the negative emotions and really embrace the emotions that are coming from looking forward. That is another energy that came through, and I'm going to actually, what deck do I want to use to illuminate here? I guess I'll use my Illuminated deck. But what I was trying to say, was that this can be where, at the end of the collective reading, it really kind of came out in the clarifiers about leaning into the dream. That sometimes we think something's impossible for ourselves, or because it didn't happen the way we had wanted when we had tried it the first time, that we don't even want to try it again because it just feels exhausting to us. It's like, why do I want to put all that time and effort into doing it again if it just means it's all going to fall apart, or it's going to put this more of a burden on me? I don't know if you guys can hear outside. We're having a summer thunderstorm, and a big roll of thunder just came through. It's actually very beautiful. But there is something about that, where have you maybe pulled yourself away from leaning into a dream that really speaks to the soul, that speaks to the illumination of something that ties to your creativity, that ties to the strength of your emotions, and really where can you start to build that foundation from that heart space, from that place of what you love, who you love. And I even just noticed it now. There's the beautiful butterfly on her head here. There's almost like a transformation coming through the third eye. And that will only come when you really embrace, again, your intuitive self, which is your connection through your emotions. So for the sun, we have Judgment. Yeah, it's a big card. It's a card of integral change for yourself. This is a card when you know that a part of yourself has had to die away because you're being called up now to new life. And it's beautiful. You're being called up almost with being able to leave. When we think of, I'm kind of thinking of like a fish or a snake. When a reptile has to shed their skin, it's almost like that part of themselves had to literally die away. And now they get to come out in a completely new version of themselves. And it might feel a little vulnerable the way that an animal feels when they shed their skin. But there is definitely a calling forward, a new chapter starting for you guys, and one that is going to be much more focused on the nourishing of the self, of yourself. So we have the Queen of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Beautiful. So the woman holding a heart is very much in alignment with the Queen of Cups. That's the energy that comes through with this card. So here's the Queen of Cups again, and the Queen of Cups is you, Cancer, in this deck. So here you are, getting ready, holding your cup forward, the cup that holds your dreams, your wants, your needs that need to be fulfilled. That's your emotional connection, and you're holding it sacred, and you're getting ready to build something from that place. That's the Three of Pentacles. That's forward vision. That's seeing who you want to build something with as well. Who do you want to bring with you? You can see there's three individuals all with their own pentacle, meaning that you have a gift of something in the physical to bring, whether it's just your presence, your knowledge, your time, your energy, or something financial. But there are other people that need to come into the mix as well. So this is saying, okay, if, I was using buying a home as a main example in the collective, this would be like saying, okay, if we're going to buy a home, I know that I can't handle all aspects of buying a home myself, unless you happen to be a licensed real estate agent. But this would be like saying, okay, I need to get my real estate agent involved with her talent. And then I need to get my financial whether it's your financial advisor or your bank person, a loan person to come in, and I need to get them to tell me how much I can spend on something. And we need to all collaborate together to be able to work towards this future vision for myself of buying the home that I've always dreamed of. Or this could be building the business you've always wanted to build, but that comes from something creative within yourself. So there is something along those lines here this week of really realizing that you've changed. A part of yourself has died away and cannot come back. It's not meant to, because you're transforming into something new. And this is the week where you can really start to build that foundation towards the new that is going to be truly supportive of yourself, of the part of your soul that is asking to be expressed now. Beautiful energy, Cancer. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful week getting back in touch with yourself, putting down the burden of the past, the part that's tied directly to the part of yourself that had to kind of die away. And if it's an emotional burden, this is saying it's time to be cleansed in your own element and put that emotional burden to rest. Because it's a new dawning of a new day for you guys. All right. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website to view a list of my services. Otherwise, you can also view the full collective reading, which is up on my channel. And then next month, I will for this month, there's also a full extended reading for each sign for the full month of June. I will be releasing July's the last week of June for those of you who are looking kind of to get a jump on the energy for July. All right, I will see you all next week for your next Tarot Bite reading. Bye, Cancer.